Just put the gun down before you kill them.
Teenage Girl's Diary.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Dollar Store Drive-In. I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newlydeads. Yeah. And we are on what, episode 8? 9?
Nope.
Something?
10.
10?
Episode 10 as of for Tingler.
I feel like we need like
This is episode 10.
poppers and like balloons. I mean, it's only episode 10, but that's a big deal.
For us, that's 10 weeks. If
10 weeks.
Tingler Television.
Thank you, Tingler Television. What is our show? So we are a married couple, and we talk about dollar store movies that we find at various places. So it could be the Dollar Tree, could be a garage sale, could be Five Below. Do they have movies?
They do have movies, although their movies are usually pretty straightforward, like big name, like Star Wars, kind of that sort of thing.
Right.
So probably not quite our demographic.
We like the offbeat movies.
Like the one we're watching tonight.
The horror movies.
Talking about tonight.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. So we like to watch the movie. We do a little chit chat about it. We have pre-recorded this, but if you're watching it on Wednesday night
at 6:30 p.m.
Central
Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Tingler Television,
you can chat with us. So hop on your computers or your phone and maybe like website. I don't know. Go to tinglertelevision.com. Yep. And you can talk to Joel and me because I'm going to be sitting next to him.
Go to the drop down, click on Tingler Roku. That'll take you to the page where it's streaming the show live. And then on the right-hand side, there's a chat. You can sign up for the chat feature if you don't already have it. You can chat with us. And if also, forgot to mention, if you have a movie that you've made and you'd like us to talk about it, we'll break format to do that. I mean, we have another show that we do called Cinematorium on our YouTube channel, which is available at this location here, youtube.com/@thenewlydeads. But we also, if you'd rather us talk about it on this show, we'll talk about it here. We can do what we want.
Also, we record in our house, so if you hear weird noises in the background, it is our dogs. Or maybe the people in the basement. Is it the people in the basement?
I mean, we have an attic over there and an attic over there. There's no attic here because it's a big vaulted ceiling. Not big, but it's
maybe
vaulted.
It's people in the attic?
I mean, it could be. It could be the people under the stairs.
I was just going to
Roach.
say that.
John Whalen, I'm looking at you.
People under the stairs. Yeah, we have 2 dogs, Shaggy and Bailey. Sometimes you'll see them. Bailey's making a lot of noises, and there was Shaggy's head.
The fish is usually quiet. Jack's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Bailey is
Why are you growling?
awfully growly. So, what did we watch this week?
We watched American Zombieland, a.k.a. Fat Ass Zombies. Pardon our language. We try to keep this somewhat
Fat Ass
G-rated,
Zombies.
But that's the subtitle. That's the alternate title for this film.
Yeah.
We'll get to why in a minute.
Yeah.
But,
should we show the trailer, or do you want to? Should I read the synopsis and then?
Yeah, let's talk about what it's about first, so that when people watch the trailer, they'll be like, "Oh,
Was she even in it?
that makes no."
Yeah.
Wait.
Maybe.
She looks kind of like the main girl
That wasn't in there.
the secondary girl that became the main girl that should have been the main girl because she was the one that was kind of.
Yep.
She looks kind of like her, but I don't think so. I think that she's just a cover model.
I'm sure he'll have it here somewhere.
Yeah, you'll see it.
A wannabe horror film director is about to have his life and the world he knows change forever when he gets the big break he's been waiting a lifetime for. Unfortunately, it isn't Hollywood that's knocking at his door.
What is it?
That's it.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, I did not mess up any words. Usually I mess up a word.
That's weird though. Why would they just end it there like that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, Shaggy, quit chasing your brother around.
Gotta stare down. It's like a standoff. Oh, there we go.
Now he'll be happy, but it's wet, so.
Welcome to the show, Bailey. Did you like this? Yes. All right,
He
so
loves zombie movies.
now should we?
He does.
You want to put the clip The trailer in there, the clippy.
We'll insert trailer here. Well, he's getting upset because my legs aren't flat. We'll insert the trailer here so you all can check it out, and then we come back. We will talk about the finer points of the film.
So we will be back in a jiffy.
Mrs. Henry, we are so sorry. Are you okay? Corsicana has been overrun by bloodthirsty crazed zombies.
What the hell is happening?
They have gone the entire town. Man, we are not going to survive. I mean, we need some damn guns. I don't have any guns. I have a camera. I have an idea. Let's make a movie!
Are you suggesting that we use real zombies?
Working with zombies could be misconstrued as not a great idea.
Really like your handiwork back there. You guys want to make a movie? Go! Get in your truck! She okay? Of course she's not okay. She's a damn zombie. We're gonna finish this film. We are going to be famous. Release the zombie!
What's the plan on getting him back in, man?
All right, time to go, people.
We are back. What did you think? Did you like that trailer? Did you notice any weird things in there? Sometimes Mr. Newlydead over here puts a little something, his own little spin on some of these trailers. I don't know if he's going to do it this time because this movie is already over to the top.
And there's lots of spins on it, and now my legs are wet because he just drank some water, so.
Yeah. This movie was definitely a roller coaster ride. It, had some, high points and some weird points and some strange bits in there.
I'm going to just say this right out of the gate and just get it out there because it's going to come out eventually. I feel like this movie, the best parts of this movie were the in-between parts. The fake movie within the movie, the movies within the movie, like the zombie baby and the bunny and all that. And whenever they showed news clips, they had these running tickers at the bottom that were giving you updates on other things outside of what the news story was on. Sometimes it was related. Those bits and the movies within the movies that they showed little clips of.
That was the best part.
Highlight of it, I think.
Highlight of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it started one way, had some rocky points in the beginning, and then started to get its stride, later on. Do you agree? It started to get its stride a little bit later on, and then it kind of fell apart a little bit again, and then, you know what I mean? It's one of those kind of movies where you're like, oh, ha, oh. Yeah, and you're like, When it first started, fat-ass zombies was stuck in my head. And I immediately looked at Joel because I was like, they showed fat men running with no shirts on. And so I'm like, they're big dudes, running. Moves
they
and stuff.
missed leg day and arm day, and they didn't
all
miss
the days.
Sunday brunch day.
Right. And so I immediately said to Joel, I was like, is this an American movie? And he said, I don't know. And who was the director?
It is, but the film director was Giorgio, and then it's just one name, and then in parentheses it says Galanti. Yeah. And it's their only movie that they've made, and there was no other information.
And they are from the United States?
That was the only information that was included. So I think it's a fake name like Alan Smithy.
Right.
For somebody else.
Right. So I immediately thought this is a not from America movie about Americans, and they were just ripping on... because it's literally they're eating these snack cakes and just going hog wild in the beginning of the movie and just showing people shoveling food in their face. That's and true. I was a little okay, I understand that's how the world views America, but as a plus size person, I've been very big and like not so big and in the middle and all sorts of sizes. So I get easily offended by people poking fun at people's sizes and stuff like that. So that's my own personal take on some things. But I was a little like taken aback at first. And then I'm like, okay, I think they're just kind of poking fun at just every American stereotype you could possibly get.
As it went on, it definitely got less about the overweight,
the fat ass zombie like thing, and more about like
they pretty much picked on every
American stereotype. Every American stereotype.
Imagine it. Basically, what it felt like to me was, and I've got my notes here on Bailey's back. It reminded me of a trauma film.
He said that on a few occasions.
In a lot of ways. I mean, that's really the best way to describe it. So if you're a fan of trauma, it's going to be in that wheelhouse, but most trauma movies are, for the most part, a little bit better than this was. But that's a bar that's, everybody's going to have a different opinion of what that bar looks like. What are you growling at? I don't even know. Some of the things to mention here, the writers, there was 3 of them. George Bennett, who wrote a movie also called Cow Bombs and Other Annoyances. Why are you barking? Apparently he doesn't like cow bombs. Christopher Di Maria, who wrote a short film called Inconvenience. And Brave Matthews, who was also in the film. And that's the only movie that their other credit. So these people have minimal credits. And we'll just skip all the actors because there's nobody in it you're going to know. It's definitely
Brave Matthews was in it.
Yeah, he played Pistol Love.
It's like Pistol Pete.
Yeah.
It was because he also said Uncle Pete.
They did say it was a nickname, but he was always getting the ladies. Although he got the main lady, the blonde girl, which I probably shouldn't have written her name down because she's the only one that seemed to have a lot of credits.
She was like 20 years younger than him. Right.
She had quite a few actual credits from the real world of films, and I say that in quotes because independent. There's all these people had a lot of other independent credits, and kind of like Joni Durian, we didn't know who she was or her husband or any of those people until we saw Ouija Room, and now we know there's this whole like filmmaking crew that makes all these fun little movies.
Yeah.
Why are you barking and making noises right now? Do you have something to say about the film? I think he wanted to eat the freedom cakes, but they were chocolates. We said no.
Yeah. Dogs can't have chocolate.
Zombies.
And they turn him into zombies. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, they did bend the rules.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Because, zombies have pretty established rules after Romero kind of wrote the book. Now, you can play with those a little bit, but they broke one of the main cardinal rules, which is bites don't turn you into zombies.
Right.
They don't. They just hurt. The only thing that turned them into zombies were these freedom cakes. And if you ate this specific brand of honey...
They look like ho-hos, or not ding-dongs. They look kind of like ding-dong, those Little Debbie, like cuppy cake, kind of like in Hostess cupcake.
Definitely like a snack cake.
Yes.
They
were in like the 2-pack. Yeah.
But then you eat this special kind of honey and you're cured. Ta-da! The end.
You just told the whole thing?
Bing. No, but, that was something that we found out at the end. And, to be honest,
it's pretty easy to guess in the beginning, right? Like, they show right off the bat that it's the snack cakes that's, the cause of things. So everybody's eating them by, like, the droves? Hordes? I don't know. Something. Fistfuls.
They're just
by the fistfuls.
Shoving them in their face.
Yeah, their face holes. Mm-hmm.
And then they start farting.
Oh, yeah. Lots of gas and lots of farting. That's why I was telling Joel, I'm like, this is going to be really difficult for you to edit the trailer, because he always likes to throw in funny farts and stuff. I'm like, because the whole movie has farts in it.
What are you talking about?
So many farts. So much farting.
I just want people to know what it's like to live in this house.
Lots of farting, lots of jokey farts and poops and...
There's that whole bit with a woman crossing the street that lasts for like 5 minutes with farts, which, Mel Brooks had the bean scene around the fire in Blazing Saddles. There's plenty of other movies. Dumb and Dumber had the toilet scene with Jeff Daniels. There's always poop and fart jokes.
Yeah, poop and fart.
I don't know. It felt, I don't know. I'm looking to see what else here. Oh, well, and we mentioned the reason that the subtitle was Fat Ass Zombies because the filmmaker that is mentioned in the aforementioned thing there, ta-da, Sam, yeah, he decides that he's going to make a movie during this apocalypse that's happening and use the real zombies, except that he only wants ones that aren't dangerous, hence
fat ass zombies.
Yeah.
And isn't that the name of the film?
Yeah. I mean, that's the subtitle for it, the alternate title or whatever.
No, that's the name of his film inside the film.
So it's like the movie within the movie.
He does like a meta thing too, like in the middle of it, where he like breaks the fourth wall and like, is that what it's called? Yeah. It's like the third wall? No, the fourth wall.
He's breaking the fourth wall, the eighth wall, the 12th wall,
all of the walls.
All the walls.
The walls have been just
alls to the wall.
I almost did the whistle teeth.
Oh, I like whistle teeth. But yeah, so then there's like, but it's not just the overweight zombies. It's like the handicapped zombies are the ones that are not.
They picked all of the slow zombies,
the old zombies,
to make it so they were safe zombies.
Kid zombies.
For them to like shoot the movie.
Yeah. It's
He's a horrible filmmaker, and he has made several zombie movies, and they've all tanked and bombed, and boy, people rip him to shreds.
Yeah.
About his zombie choices and things. So, or about his movie choices. All about zombies. One of them was like Deadbeat Zombie Dad.
Yeah, something like that. And he'd entered into a contest, and there's a whole thing at the beginning where they were going to have a party for him to celebrate that he got this accepted to a awards thing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get accepted, and lies and has a party, and then makes his dog eat vomit.
Yeah. But that's how he ends up finding out the honey.
I mean, that's
right.
I mean, that's kind of feels like it. Well, the news says it, but I don't know if that's the reason that at least the dog was safe.
I thought maybe that's why the honey. That was weird.
It was a little. Yeah. It was a little strange.
There are also some like weird trippy parts in the middle of it, and I don't know if it's because you're like looking at it from the drug induced eyes of of the person that you're looking at, but it doesn't explain anything. He did get some pretty good screenshots, so I know he's going to probably put some of them in here. Right? Didn't you take a photo of it?
Weird.
Yeah. He had like a weird Hitler mustache.
And he was in a diaper, and there was like rabbits or something. I don't remember exactly. I don't have my phone here with
something
me.
Behind him.
Animal behind him.
Some sort of animals.
Because they were going inside the head of a couple different people. The stoner, like she mentioned, and then the dumb guy.
Yeah, but the way that they do it is like, you don't understand why it's happening like that. Like, it's not like it's... it kind of
happens.
It was just weird. And like a whole cartoon.
Yeah, which that's the stoner guy.
Animated.
If you've seen Beavis and Butthead Do America, if you remember the scene where Rob Zombie did the cartoon,
very similar.
Looked like that, but with a lot of butts.
Oh, right.
It was all butts.
Butts and like pooping out the cakes and like...
And eyeballs and butts and just
so much butts.
So many butts.
So many butts.
So if you're an ass man, you
many
might
butts.
like it. I don't know, but it was a whole lot of butts.
So many butts.
And I do have to admit there was one thing that I thought was kind of creative in it that I was like, because they tried a little too hard to be like Shaun of the Dead or Zombieland.
They really did.
But and that's fine. You want to bite on the movies that are successful and that are cool and fun and that we all like. But they had the one scene, because it's in Texas, and there's a lot of cattle farming in Texas, and they show like the oil rigs, and the oil rigs are like shooting blood out or something. But then they've got if you've ever seen where they take cows for slaughter, they have a big long chute, and the cows get slowly pushed up the chute into the place where they get slaughtered and turned into food. It's kind of like that, except at the end of the chute there's a giant like wood chipper, like a industrial tree wood chipper type thing, and they're taking the zombies and pushing them down and through the chute, and then they get wood chipped, and then there's blood and stuff flying everywhere. So if they would have known about the honey, they could have saved hundreds of lives. But that's beside the point. It was still kind of a cool concept, and I actually was like, okay, kind of reminded me of when Jadis goes to the Ip Ip Ip.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but pushing outward instead of inward.
If you don't know that reference, he's talking about The Walking Dead.
Pollyanna McIntosh, which she's been mentioned on the show before.
His favorite person on the planet.
She's not my favorite person. You're my favorite person on the planet. But
she's up there.
She's one of the actresses that I definitely am a fan of. That is for sure. Did you feel like the movie was trying too hard to be funny?
Yes.
Did you think it was successful at being funny?
Some parts were okay. I mean, it wasn't like laugh out loud. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
No.
But I mean, there was like a couple of parts where I thought they were kind of comical, but I do really feel like they were trying very hard.
Which is fine. You want to make a good impression especially if it's your first film or the only film you think you might get made. You want to kind of go all in. Sorry, all in for your poker players. But when the funniest part is the fake movie within the movie that they had, all the same actors in it because they're friends with the guy that's making the movie. And that part was funny. I mean, like, we rewound the part with the zombie baby.
Yes.
And all of that.
Yeah, that was funny.
And that's funny. And I mean, I've seen a zombie baby before. There's a whole movie called Zombie Babies if you want to go find it. But yeah, that shouldn't have been the highlight, in my opinion. And
like you were saying, the little ticker and stuff like that, those were kind of funny-ish.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I feel like, though, that the guy, this Giorgio, if that's his real name.
If that's your real name.
I feel like there's some potential there. I felt like, for a low-budget movie, it had a lot going on. The actors were actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They were fairly, their
it was entertaining.
Comic timing was pretty good.
I didn't feel like my time was wasted.
No. Entertaining
Mermaid's
is a good word
curse.
for it. Oh, she really does not like that. I definitely did not feel like my time was wasted. And I felt like there was, at the base level, there was something to build on that if they get out there, because this was 2020, so just came out not that long ago. It's another ITN movie, by the way. If they were to make another film, I feel like, and they had a little bit more money and time.
Yeah. I think they, in a different...
I mean, they could even remake this movie, technically. I mean, with some script tweaks and some, changes to things.
I don't think there's any need to redo this movie. I think it is what it is, and they did a fine job at what they were trying to accomplish.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Like I said, I started the movie
No.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay. It kind of, I turned around a little. I turned a corner. I was like, okay, they're just poking fun at everything. I am not like one of those people who can't take a joke or feel like threatened or
nope.
Anything like that. Like I understand that there's humor in humanity, right?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I love her, to be honest.
To laugh. Huh?
That's one of the reasons I love you, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're hanging out with my friends, you got to be able to
roll with the
punches. Sometimes the punches are a little hard. That's okay, though.
Yeah, so I understand that, there's a time and a place for things, and, so I came around a little bit. I got off my, they're just making fun of Americans kind of thing,
whereas I started kind of the opposite and ended up, you went this way and I went this way.
Yeah.
But it was funny because at some point during the film, she turned to me and she said, she's just kind of watching me and she's like, I can't tell if you like this or not.
Yeah, I really couldn't. And sometimes I can, sometimes I get a vibe. Yesterday, I had no vibes.
Nope.
No
I was
vibes.
just chilling and not vibing, I guess.
Yeah.
Ribo, vibing, flavin'. So, I mean, I feel like, I don't know.
Were we at a good point to do some ratings?
Was there more you had to say about this fine film about zombies and people with large girths and
nope.
other things that
No. You want to do
they were trying to make fun of?
On a scale of 1 to 5 freedom cakes.
Oh, going for the cake.
Yeah. I mean, I like cake.
I mean, we had cake last night.
I probably would turn into a zombie. Well, it was chocolate cake, though. The ones that the freedom cakes are. If they were vanilla, I probably would be a zombie right now.
But you're not real big on the
prepackaged
cakes like that, though?
Yeah. If I'm going to eat a cake, I want a real cake.
Like last night.
Or a Costco cake.
Which is what we had last night.
That is what
I mentioned that several times now. I don't know why I keep saying it. See, and I'm okay with that. I don't love it, but
so good. That was our wedding cake. That's how much I like it.
Not the one we ate last night.
No.
No.
But we got Costco cake for our wedding cake.
That.
Yes. All right.
That is
Do
true.
your rating, sir.
I have to decide what to put. Oh boy, I forgot to think about this. Hold on, give me just a second.
Do you want me to do mine?
Yeah, please, go ahead.
I'm going to give it a 1.75.
Gotta be difficult. She always was trying to make me have to work.
You always have to save that last bite and
Gotta
not
make
eat
it
it. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a 2, just because it started off and had me interested. I liked the people involved. I felt like all the people, the actors were funny, well cast. It lost some steam somewhere in the middle and couldn't quite regain itself. So yeah, I feel like that's fair.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
All right. So, if you don't want to watch this movie, but you do want to watch a better movie
Hang on to this.
or a different movie, Joel has his pick of the week.
I do.
What'd you choose?
Oh, I do. Yes, I do. I had this movie picked out before we even, when we announced that this was the movie we were going to do, I already knew what I was going to pick.
Really?
Yeah.
Do I know what it is?
Yeah. And, well, no, I don't think we talked about it. Well, no, maybe we did. But then I wanted to watch a movie just to be sure, because, things change. So the movie I went with was 2017's One Cut of the Dead.
Oh, that's right.
Directed by Shinichiro Ueda? Ueda?
He's trying to pronounce it.
I'm trying, because there's
Sorry
a lot of,
if he did not pronounce it correctly.
There's a lot of warps and warps and warps in it.
Warps?
But if you've not seen this film,
it's good.
Because the film we watched was kind of meta, kind of a
Yes.
film within a film.
Yeah.
One Cut of the Dead is like Inception for zombie movies,
So good.
but it's a comedy, but it's a drama.
It's dark.
When we watched it, I was so excited to watch it, and incidentally, there are sequels. I was really excited to watch it, and I never got a chance to until we finally sat down. And I'm like, "Can we watch this movie?" And she, of course, is always down.
I was
to
like,
watch
whatever.
movie.
I'm always like, put on what you want to watch, but
So we sat down and we watched, and it was like, it was one thing, and all of a sudden it was another thing, and then it was another thing, and then it was another thing, and then we were like, oh, it's over. And then we're like, nope, you got another half an hour of things.
it was good.
And even the post credits, you're like, there's more things?
Yeah.
How do they shove all these things in these things?
Makes me want to rewatch it so we can watch all the things.
There's so much going on. And if you think you know what it is, because at its core, it's a zombie movie, it's a comedy, it's a horror. But the reality is,
It's a lot going on.
there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend, if you've not seen One Cut of the Dead, it's
2 thumbs up.
Getting out there to be.
They get all the
pretty
freedom
old now,
cakes.
but yeah.
So we
So check it
also
out.
rolled the proverbial dice ball, whatever, Google ball,
Google
and
got a ball.
came up with our movie for next week.
Nope.
What? We didn't?
No.
Oh, it's
No.
not.
No.
Yeah,
She
we've got
forgot.
something special.
We mentioned this earlier on. She's the one who kind of brought it up originally, and apparently, I just knocked on the chair. I do that
I'm
every
tired.
week.
Yeah.
And we actually got a message. This was actually a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
We got a message from, I got to check, because I don't want to mess up the name. Joe DeMuro, who is a filmmaker, and he has written and directed a film that came out actually in 2015 called Tales of Dracula, and it is the first of a series, apparently. The new one is currently in the process of being released soon, but this is the original one, and he wrote us, and I think he thought we had a podcast, which I have a podcast, but we don't have a podcast together, and so I did it again. I knocked on the chair. Sorry, Bailey. And he asked if we'd be interested in having him on as a guest to talk about his movie Tales of Dracula. He sent some screenshots and synopsis and a bunch of information about it, and then I told him what was going on, and he's like, yeah, great, I'd love you guys to talk about it. So we have authorization to give it a go, take a look, and then we'll come back next week, talk to you about it. And if you like it and you want to watch it beforehand or after, it is available free to stream on YouTube right now.
Yep. What's it called?
Tales of Dracula.
Tales of Dracula.
It is in black and white. It's from 2015. And I got to tell you, for a low budget, I'm guessing, I don't know how much money they had. I always just assume everything's low budget if it's not released by a big studio, which is a bad assumption to make. The makeup in it, the effects,
Yeah.
like,
Excite.
really above par.
Good.
Like,
I'm
the
excited.
Frankenstein makeup is freaking amazing looking.
Yay.
So,
well, good. I'm excited about it.
yeah.
Okay. So where can they find us?
They can find us everywhere that you would like to find us online, but primarily at thenewlydeads.com. I think that's what she was going for.
Yes.
All of our socials are listed there. All of the things that we have created together. There's a couple that you can buy, including licensed merch for us. You can also find things with our Tingler Television logo available at Tingler Television. There's links in our Facebook page. They can find us on YouTube, which we already commented. And if you want to reach out to us, you can contact us at contact@thenewlydeads.com and send us an email. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
So,
All right. Well,
that's
thank
it.
you for watching. And until next week,
Keep it cheap and creepy.
bye.
Go look after your mother and sister. Where are you going? We gotta finish this.